Hey everyone, welcome back to Bill's Retro Gaming Show. And today I am back with more retro gaming news. But before I get started, just on a little side note, just for fun, I just want to say that this is actually take 2 of this video because I just finished shooting this entire video, got it into my editing software to get it ready to go, and realized I didn't have the mic on properly, so none of the sound got recorded. Yes, I am a professional. Don't try this at home. Yeah, no, I think you know I'm not a professional. Not yet, that's for sure. Anyway, let's get into the gaming news, all right? And I want to start with Sony's State of Play from earlier this week. Now, if you watched that, you know there wasn't much in the way of retro gaming news, although they had some great announcements for games coming out later this year and maybe even early into next year for the PS4 and PS5. But they did have one game that looked really interesting, and I'm actually pretty excited about this one, so let's check it out. So the game is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga Collection. This is a collection of 14 different games that range all the way from the original arcade games through NES, Super NES, Genesis, and Game Boy. And the games that are going to be on this collection are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time from the arcade, the original Ninja Turtles, Turtles 2 the arcade game, Turtles 3 the Manhattan Project from the NES, Turtles 4 Turtles in Time, and Turtles Tournament Fighter from Super NES, and Turtles Tournament Fighter from the NES as well. I had actually forgotten that they made a version of that for the NES. The Super NES one is one of my all-time favorite games. Love that game. They're also going to have Hyperstone Heist and Tournament Fighters from Genesis. And then 3 Game Boy games, Fall of the Foot Clan, Back from the Sewers, and Radical Rescue. This is going to be coming out for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows PC via Steam, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, and it's going to retail for $39.99 coming sometime later this year. So yeah, I got to admit, I'm actually really excited by this one. This looks like a fun collection. I love the Turtles games. Like I said, Tournament Fighters for the Super Nintendo. One of my all-time favorite fighters. Just such a fun game. Definitely looking forward to playing that one again. On a little, kind of, I guess, a sour note, though, I guess the fact that they're releasing a collection like this probably means we're not going to see any of these games on for the Nintendo Switch Online. Not a big surprise, really, with Konami, because they're kind of notorious for keeping their games off of that so they can release these different collections. They've done the same thing with the Castlevania games. You've got the Castlevania collection, which has the NES and Super NES games on it. I think some Genesis games on it. You've got the Advance collection, which has the games from Game Boy Advance on it. I wouldn't be surprised at some point if we see a collection that has some of the PS games on it, like Symphony of the Night. That's one I might actually pick up. But yeah, they like to put these collections together and resell these games rather than work with Nintendo to license them back out for the online services. It would be great to see these on the online services, especially if that's something you're paying for. But if if you're not going to be able to do that, then, this is a nice collection to have. Plus, like I said, being for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, you've got plenty of options on where you want to purchase this. I haven't quite decided which service I'll buy it for yet, whether it's going to be PlayStation, PC, or Switch, but definitely looking forward to this one. So keep an eye out for it when it drops sometime later this year. Next up, I want to draw your attention to another new game that just dropped for the iiRcade arcade system, and this one is Hellfire. So Hellfire is a side-scrolling shooter from, again, Tauplan, because we all know iiRcade loves games from Tauplan. They've been putting a lot of them on their system lately. This was originally released in 1989, and here's what it says about it. The first horizontal shoot-'em-up title to be created by Tauplan, the game takes place in the year 2998, where a space matter known as Black Nebula, created by robot dictator Supermech, spreads and threatens to engulf human-controlled galaxies, as players assume the role of Space Federation member Captain Lancer, taking control of the CNC-S1 spacefighter craft in a surprise attack to overthrow the enemies with the fighter craft's titular weapons. So Only a side scroller in the same kind of vein as games like Gradius and R-Type. This one lets you play 2 players, which is always nice to be able to play a game like this with 2 players. And it just looks like a lot of fun. So if you are into these side-scrolling shoot-em-ups and you own an iiRcade system, definitely check it out. This one's going to set you back $7.99, and it's available on their system right now. So I gotta say, that looks like a fun game. Definitely would be interested in that if I owned an iiRcade myself. I'm looking to get one, but I'm actually waiting right now for the 2.0 versions that they announced at CES to come out. I think they had said something about them being available, at least for pre-order, in the spring. So hopefully within the next couple of months, we'll get more information on the new iiRcade systems that are going to be coming out. Just hope the price is still in line with the originals, or not too much more. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, again, if you own an iiRcade system and you like these side-scrolling shooters, this one's now available. So the last piece that I want to talk about today is not so much news, but a rumor about a potential new cab coming from Arcade1up. Now, I will tell you how I kind of found out about this. Was this morning I was on my phone, I was scrolling through some news feeds, and when you make these kind of videos, when you're on YouTube watching this kind of stuff, when you're searching on Google for things, a lot of times things get curated for you and you wind up seeing things that you wouldn't necessarily see normally in your news feeds. And I happened to see a YouTube video pop up from a YouTuber by the name of Big Reecey. I had no clue who he was, to be quite honest with you. I hadn't heard of him before. Apparently he's a YouTuber out of Australia, and supposedly he's pretty well known for finding some of these leaks and doing some work with Toycade on his channel. And, I saw the video pop up, and, the byline being about a double dragon cab coming from Arcade1up. And it definitely piqued my interest. But I admit I didn't watch it right away. I had gotten busy with some other stuff. I had to, do some things for work and whatever. And just the day went by. As the day was rolling on and I was getting ready to put my stuff together for this video, I also happened to see a video dropped from Michael B. the Game Genie. Now, let me stop right here and just say, if you're not subscribed to Michael B's channel, you have to subscribe to him. He's fantastic. His videos are great. I love watching his stuff. He's always got fantastic stuff on there, and he definitely, comes up with some interesting things and finds different rumors and leaks that are out there. So he is definitely one to watch. And this guy Big Reecey too. I checked him out before this as well, and his videos are fantastic. So again, he's another one. If you're not subscribed to him, check him out because he's got some really cool stuff on there. But back to the whole thing. So yeah, I saw the video from him in the morning, and then I saw Michael B's, and Michael B was talking about Big Reecey's video. And just the gist of it was this. Big Reecey had gone into a local retailer where he is in Australia, and he was asking about the Dragon's Lair cab that is supposed to be available, or at least available for pre-order, come June. Were they going to get it? And they looked it up. And the interesting thing was, not only did it show that that particular retailer would be getting Dragon's Lair, but it also showed a listing for a double dragon cab from Arcade1up, same time in June. So that led him to be, to start thinking about, is Double Dragon coming out and all. And then, like I said, Michael B had reported on that, and I saw it, and I just wanted to add it to my news feed here for you guys as well. And give kind of my thoughts about it. Now, my first thought is wait and see, because nothing's been announced from Arcade1up. They haven't said anything. I haven't seen anything else from anybody else regarding the possibilities of this. So, definite grain of salt when it comes to this. I will say this, though. I want to say that with the Golden Tee XL Pro, whatever we're calling Legacy, whatever we're calling this, that when that first dropped, the rumors about that first dropped, they dropped from a retailer in the UK, not in the US. And here we have a retailer in Australia, not the US. Now, we're getting more and more things coming up about the Golden Tee. We've seen bill of ladings come in that show shipments actually coming to the west coast of the U.S. of a Golden Tee cab, but yet still no announcement official from Arcade1up. So I'm wondering if this is real, if this is a real thing, is it going to follow that same kind of pattern? Where we see a leak from a retailer in another country, and then slowly more information starts to trickle out well before we get any kind of announcement from Arcade1up. So definitely keep your eyes and ears peeled for this one, because it's interesting. It's definitely interesting, and I want to see, what happens with this. I'm curious how this cab is going to play out, what they're going to pair it with. Is it just going to be a Double Dragon cab with Double Dragon 2, and Double Dragon 3 on it? Are they going to pair it with other things? And again, Double Dragon's a weird one, because, and again, I forget who actually originally made it, but I believe it was published or distributed by Taito originally, and now a company called Arc System Works owns the rights to it. We've seen all 3 games going back to iiRcade. We've seen all 3 games on iiRcade. As a matter of fact, if you buy an iiRcade, it comes with Double Dragon, the original game, and then you can buy 2 and 3 to add to it. So those games are out there on a multicade already. But just like with Dragon's Lair, a lot of people are desirous of a cab that looks like the original. Either a Double Dragon or Double Dragon 2, that has that look and feel to it of the original arcade. Not a, for lack of a better term, generic multicade, which is what the iiRcades are. Okay. They still play great. From what I've seen, they still play great on that system. So nothing wrong with that. It's just a matter of look and feel. Okay. Like I said, I want to get an iiRcade, and I want to get some of these games on it. And I know Dragon's Lair is going to come on the cab, but I'm still going to get a Dragon's Lair Arcade1up because it looks like a Dragon's Lair arcade machine. Double Dragon, is probably for a lot of people the same way. So, I'm curious what your guys' take is on it. Is the Double Dragon cab something you're interested in? What games besides the Double Dragon ones do you think they would put on it? Because I don't know. Not sure if it would just be the 3 games or if they would try to add more to it. Be very curious to see what their plans are, if there even are plans for it. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, all right? And that's it for this week's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know again in the comments if that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collection is something you're interested in. If you want an iiRcade, are you picking up Hellfire? Are you going to be playing that with your buddy this weekend? And what do you think of this what do you think of this Double Dragon cab from Arcade1up? Is that something that you think is actually going to happen? Is it something you're excited for? Let me know in the comments what you guys think, all right? And as always, if you're already subscribed to the channel, thank you. I truly appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit that subscription button. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I put out a new video. And please feel free to share this wherever you want to, because all that does is help my channel grow, and I truly appreciate it, all right? But that's it for this time, and I will see you again real soon in the future. Have a great day.